Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Before we will dive into the Arcane Quest interlude in Mondstadt, I would like to share with you guys what I expect might unfold in this quest. As some of you already know, Dragonspine is one of my favorite places in all of Teyvat. It is one of the main reasons I kept playing Genshin Impact, and yet one question has always remained unanswered, namely, where did Rhinedottir, also known as Gold or by her codename R, go after discovering the heart of Nibiris? She left Albedo with the monumental task of uncovering the truth of Teyvat, even though she seemingly taught them everything she knew. And once again, the monsters that are approaching Mondstadt are brimming with the same crimson red energy, just like those in Dragonspine. Those who are affected by Durin's blood, which is cursed because of the bitter corruption. And let's not forget, we haven't stepped into Dragonspine in a while now. Who knows what's lurking there now? We have already dealt with clones. What if those humans he allegedly killed weren't humans at all? I can't even imagine that Albedo would ever trample a flower. And yeah, I guess we will solve this mystery today. The Windblumen Festival should be a joyous affair, but not all is as it seems in Mondstadt. I'm so excited. Return to special story mode. About to enter story mode. Continue. Okay. Of course. Oh, look.
Wow.
Already in preparation.
The city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful. Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hello.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windblumen thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of
But
year.
not this year.
But feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
Less people.
It's finally Windblumen, and here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Starsnatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
This is quite odd. I can't believe it. Maybe they're just working out the kinks. Whatever it is affecting the Mondstadt people.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days.
For days?
But that's not all.
Somebody else here?
It's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus.
Landlines disturbance?
I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
It is strange. It kind of reminds me of the crisis during the Lantern Rite event.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windblumen after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Okay.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
Donna too?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
What is with D-Luke?
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait,
Huh?
but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Oh, Kaya.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Oh wait, he's not voice. I'm flattered, Miss Donna, although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windblumen.
I mean, I don't blame Donna. He's a fine gentleman, but quite the opposite of D-Luke. Twisted minds, it seems. Are you turn to, my dear, but first a question, if you don't mind. Why the sudden change of heart? I was under this impression Master D-Luke was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master D-Luke came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore.
Oh.
If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
That's terrible.
But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
A feeling? I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies. But I do need to see the... What? But I do need to see to some business, so I take my leave. Well, we're the business.
Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You're the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Ichikade, Paimon, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favenius? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt, but let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. And so it begins. Paralogism. What was that? An error in reasoning? So, what's the matter, Donna?
Should I turn my attention to Captain Kaya? Oh, but it's not like Master D-Luke did anything wrong.
Feels like cheating, although they never were a thing. Oh, Quinn. Oh no, he must be all under the weather.
Oh, Beatrice. What's going...
Oh, oopsie. What's going on? Okay.
It's festival season again. I wonder what this year's Windblumen is going to be.
I know. I can't wait to find out.
Don't worry. I'll find a way and work things out.
Oh man, being so bad for them. We don't know where Beatrice did head to. I gotta admit, the scenery here is absolutely beautiful. Living to the title. Blue Festival. Happy Windblumen, what can I get for you?
Let's see.
Well, pretty indecisive we are, aren't we? Aww. So pretty everywhere. Let's see what the Knights of Favonius can tell us. Oh, our acting Grandmaster, Jean. Hello!
Kaya, you found them.
Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
She's so beautiful.
Whoa, headquarters are packed! What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me, you have note Captain of the 2nd Company, Skaren, Captain of the 3rd Company, Eula, Captain of the 4th Company, and me, of course, Captain of the 9th Company.
Oh, you're all captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Jean!
Oh, not the voice either. Traveler Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. You know, a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine!
I can understand the confusion. You have never participated in one of our trials before, ain't you? We haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbatus, the Knights uphold chivalric justice and spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can wherever the wind can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on, the group of people we saw in the corridor just now? There was someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team! But we didn't see him out there!
A keen observation, traveler. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Jean, it's time. It's so serious now. Understood. Traveler Paimon, come with me. Man. I'm brimming with nervousness. Oh my god. It's already happening. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm. No matter what you hear, I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Jean. You seem very concerned as well. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. Albedo! Oh look, there's Dahlia, the deacon. Who do we have present? Look, Beatrice is there. Beatrice, Hertha, Diluc, Kaya, and Treacherous. So, 2 parties. Left and right. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as the assessor. As representatives of our respected organization, we will ensure a just verdict in this case. There's also Rosaria. All will be fair.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the Church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Baby! Albedo, what did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. Here it goes. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victims are still unknown? Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Alba's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Okay, Hertha. I'm all ears. Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Uh-huh.
Murder?
Oh.
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
A large object she later identified as a human body. A witness. Okay. Strange.
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
It was so clear. I kinda had the feeling that it was her. Would you listen to someone who has been acting strange? Or is she acting strange because of this case? I wonder if that has, like, some ties. Beatrice, so is that what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body.
Oh yeah, she seems pretty traumatized. There was a sudden flash of golden light. Bag open and inside there was a body. Okay.
Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground.
Albedo would never do such a thing.
Before he left,
obviously,
it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination. I was terrified, thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
it doesn't fill the bill. Not at all. That's not Albedo. I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right, the next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspire region. Considering the length of the task, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
Treacherous, maybe? No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
Oh, hello, Dahlia. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
Okay. In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing? You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw.
Look at the baby next to you. You thought he was gazing at you with a terrible and murderous face.
I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
I wonder if that is fake Beidou scheming. But I'm not so sure about that.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene.
Okay.
The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there is no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences.
I mean, why would he plan this in the first place?
Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
The disposal of human remains.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery.
A body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery?
I now call the second witness to the stand.
Oh, don't tell me it is Mods.
Wait, that's...
Why are her eyes just... Diluc? What? What? Please tell her what you saw. Okay. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
Well, I didn't expect him to be the second witness. Oh, things are starting to heat up and I'm breaking a sweat. I would only cry as to what Mr. Diluc was doing in that area so early in the morning, not the most opportune time for a stroll. Well, it is indeed kind of bizarre, but no matter what we do now, the defendant, in that case Albedo, was found guilty. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. That's all. Master Diluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
What's that? Is that a box? And this is? What looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Mr. Diluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere. Already pointing invisible fingers at him.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here.
Or maybe their such a source is not being human.
Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So, that's your anger. Alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning, with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel. Yes.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
I
do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose, you don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo. I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know. Claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
Okay. Oh, a correspondence? Oh no, the envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth.
In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and then transformed into that of birth. Sounds like a logical conclusion. Answering the question, what's the meaning of life or the truth of this word?
The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
So basically, the process of decay. So does this mean that they believe what's written is an alibi since it is part of Albedo's alchemical research? Let's head on. Purification and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected.
Okay.
Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
Seems like this letter was devoted to Rhinedottir. Just as you endeavor to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings. I trust investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting and that the letter makes more than passing mention of purification and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence.
Good job, Dahlia.
But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Ha! Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive. On the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. My god, shiver just ran down my spine. Just reading that. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. Aww. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Albedo told me a secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could it have something to do with this case? But what? Following Rhinedottir's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse. You don't say.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes, you're needed at Starsnatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Venti? The current story seems to be related to your past adventures. Would I like to quickly go over and read those experiences? Yes. Best events. Best events. One of the best events. I love Dragonspine events. Shadow mist snowstorms. You and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced, the ransacking and theft of alchemical notes at the campsite, Albedo disappearing after chat outside a cave but having no memory of the incident. At the same time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain attempting to lead a child away, and he attacked Eula upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Wapperflock posing as him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing that face on the mountain. Such events shouldn't be time limited. It was so good. Honestly, it was really, really good. Now it begs the question. Was it another fake Beidou? Beatrice generally seemed traumatized, but Diluc? That was kinda unexpected. Go to Starsnatch Cliff. I was just about to ask, was this Windcurtain always there? Ah, look who's here, our drunkard. Bart. Ah, Traveler Paimon, I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Hello, Dahlia.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
They're friends as well, right? They know each other for a long time now.
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your minds, so I thought we should have a chat.
Mm-hmm. The honor is just ours.
After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Wait then, you know about...
Mm-hmm.
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Well, I knew from the moment Rhinedottir and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt, when those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Kaidapin's a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help you, friend. What do you know about this situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know Albedo's a synthetic being and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, and even though Windblumen should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
Keen observation, Dahlia. When no love remains for the sons to tell, the world becomes now but an empty shell. Cruel is that fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just make a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least, that's what Barbatus would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. Yeah. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it. You're directly speaking to us.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
But I must admit, Albedo was pretty composed during the trial, you know, and I think this screams innocence. Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You will still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Haha, is this what I think? The Dodo communication?
Ooh, Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty.
Don't worry, I removed the fuse so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device. Hello.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
Hey, we're old pals. Don't they should care if I borrow it for a few days? Anyway, this invention with a little help from a trick of mine will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. We'll do our best to uncover the truth. A walkie-talkie. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side. On your side. I failed to speak correctly.
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
Indeed, your companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and familiar.
In all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
Barbados? Serious? You give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the animal Archon.
Is that so? I wonder what Barbados think about that. Perhaps you should pray to him and find out.
Good idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
You know what? Forget about Barbados, Dahlia. Treat me to a drink instead. You will impress me, won't you?
A dear friend like you? Never.
Maybe we can squeeze some information out of you. I'm just joking. So Dahlia, if you're going to be playable one day, I'm so excited about the voice lines. About the Venti voice line. Let's help our friend in need. It's crazy. Never thought that this day would come, but as Venti says, maybe ordained by fate. I mean, it is really strange what has befallen Mondstadt. Like, many citizens are out of sorts. But isn't that ain't a coincidence either. No more Windblumen Festival. Just appears and now it's all gone. Didn't even indulge. Well, there ain't no tranquility to indulge in. Well, it is what it is. Anyway, we will surely set things right now. Okay. I know you almost be shot, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that.
Nobody does.
Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about it. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention. And we as an ordinary knight can be part of it. Hopefully. Or we just eavesdrop.
Hey, Jean!
Hello. Traveler Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like she said, after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read for him the life of me. But I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? Are you sure we're just adventurers after all? No, we would like you to launch an investigation of your own. I will continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help his case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this. but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. Understood. I'll look into the case on my own. I know you'll get to the bottom of this, traveler. You've never failed us in our time of need. Jean, must be really hard for you too.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Everything for science. Then you will have done Mondstadt great service all the same. I'm expecting your trial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the 2nd floor. I'm gonna I'm so excited. Go to Albedo's office. Yippee! Wait. Is there anything else? Thank you for agreeing to investigate. We're counting on you. Of course. Happy to oblige. Here it is. So excited.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
Thank you. Oh, this is so exciting. Let's see what we can find here.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Yeah, potions and all the alchemy stuff. Scale. Alright, I have some work on my own, so I'll leave you to it. Good luck, you too.
Right back at ya.
Yes. Oh wait. Is that a diary? It's not the correspondence from before. Looks like a diary at least. 2 diaries. Oh, oops.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Investigate the book. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear. Is that a cycle of life and death?
Wow, these books are so fancy! Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Investigate the lockbox on the desk. Oh, there it is. A lockbox sits on the desk. The latch bears signs of weird suggestion the importance of whatever lies within. The box likely remained locked most of the time. A letter. But now the lid remains wide open, as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry and didn't have time to lock it. Perhaps the letter intercepted by the investigators was once stored here. The remaining contents shouldn't hold much weight as conclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling after reviewing them. In elegant penmanship, the letter reads, in addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The materials and arcane formation required for human transmutation. In addition, I do happen to have some information on the subject. for last discussion. The formations in these records likely originate from the Conrian art of alchemia. Yeah, art of chemia. But irrelevant documentation has not been well maintained over time, so I cannot guarantee there are no errors or omissions. As thanks for your past assistance, I have enclosed the records with this letter. This letter was written by Rhinedottir most likely, but that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethic aside, I'm not convinced it's even possible to create a human whose existence is identical to our own. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist within the same species is cause for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist within the same species is cause for concern. Initially, I thought this letter was written by Rhinedottir, but that's not possible. The signature belongs to an unfamiliar name, one that also appears on an alchemy book nearby. You skim the preface and learn that the author is an old and accomplished alchemist. The person is likely a friend from Albedo's academic circle, someone who owed Albedo a favor, but also urged him to refrain from conducting dangerous research. Likely a friend from Albedo's academic circle.
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that?
You can call me delusional. Remember, in the end of the Simulanke events, Albedo provided us with the news that Durin's heart is slowly but surely rejuvenating. Nah, this can't be. Nah, no. This is far-fetched, isn't it?
Ooh. Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
Do you believe me when I say that I can't deal with the excitement right now? My heart is racing. I'm just being too delusional. I just love Durin so much and mini Durin. Albedo. Come on. Let's just continue. It doesn't look good, but this letter can directly prove that Albedo did anything. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it wasn't brought up during the trial. Okay. Investigate the test tube. I want to see this research note. There's a test tube on the shelf with some black powder residue at the bottom. We can't quite see that, but yeah. Next to it lies a neatly written note. Chalk is the next stage after soil, but the current available materials are still insufficient to construct a stable structure.
Nope. No idea what that means. Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
We have to think outside the box. No, honestly, I have no idea. I'm too stupid for this subject. Investigate as research notes. Albedo's notes lie on the table. They resemble the ones you have seen before, but the contents are different this time. Is that an eye? No, it's not an eye. As always, the penmanship is impeccable, careful, and neat with a certain elegance in its uniformity, much like the man himself. One of the notes reads, "Purification should be regarded as a counter-simulation to the process of life, like a highly efficient and destructive spell of rot. Upon use, the target will decay within an extremely short period of time, turning into dust that is nearly invisible to the naked eye before dissipating into the air." Just reviewing this all again, the formation in these records likely originate from the Conrian art of chemia. You know, it's the art that Rhinedottir has mastered.
Alright, let's...
After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Okay? Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. Huh? You're hiding something. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer, it sounds so hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk.
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. What is that? Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in the alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Festering forces and sufficient amount of life energy collide. Two will repel each other. Breaking through the shackles of life. The simulation of the Link Space Project must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
And not to mention festering forces, which suggests that Rainsway could be involved somehow. Remember that sword festering desire? If it's not about Durin, I'm gonna eat my brew. Come on, it has to be the Durin project. I believe in it. I totally believe in it. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would it go that far for one of his experience? No, that can't be. Especially human transmutation. A living creature or whatever into a human. Or imagine we turn mini Durin into a human. But it sounds like a long time research. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. 2 of the marked location correspond to the crime scenes, and the 3rd appears to be a dragon spine. Drawn map. If you go inside that cave, there must be Durin's heart. So it is nearby Durin's remnants. No idea. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigations are correct, there could be a body hidden in that last location, or at the very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place.
Time to investigate.
We should go tell Jean what we found.
Oh,
Venti's calling! Let's answer!
How is the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? Share what you learned with Venti. Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rhinedottir's creation, there'll be no separating him from her past. Yeah. As we both know, Rhinedottir's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was fake, and the notes also sounded like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? Absolutely.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right?
Everything for science.
Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means some coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles.
Why is he eavesdropping?
What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
So you just took a sneak peek.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
That's way too suspicious.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Not so sure about Miles. You acting weird. Okay. Okay. Let's check out the first spot.
We should be getting close. Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
Someone surely dug into the ground. Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human. But what are those traces? Large enough to fit a human body, but the hole's completely empty, and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Can you see those markings as well? Did an animal do this? Or some monster? Doesn't look like a human.
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
One person did all this. Why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? Good question. Doubt swirling in your mind. Someone else is pulling the strings. Hello. You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
Should have taken a photo though. You tell Gina about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis. We should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiment would be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
Yeah, we just view the charges against him. The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When time comes, I carry out my duty to best of my ability. You do great. Honestly, you do great, Jean. Shut up! My anger, you know, my instinct, my German instinct, we're just about to unleash. I was just about to say schon wieder, which means again. He is so suspicious. Miles. Very suspicious. Where is he, Miles? Come on. Gotta talk to him. Is everything back to normal? Just like... Aha, so we're back to normal again. The butterflies just found their way back to your stomach. Inside your stomach, okay. Let's wait 2 days. Oh, give me... Refinement, putrefaction. Like part of decoy, and then life force, and if they collide, new life creation. I can't follow along. Coins 1 and 2.
Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
I'm scared. And I don't like the mouse that we have caught eavesdropping. Makes me furious. Okay. I mean, everybody's convinced that he hasn't done anything similar to murdering someone or not. But a trial is a trial. You two let me know if you're ready and we head out. Oh, taking the time for us to tense. What else did we expect as the honoring night? Alright, follow me. Okay. Let's see. We've been cooking up. So scary. And the music, I don't like it. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Miss Albedo. I, Jean Gunhilder, will... I can actually pronounce that in German. Jean Gunhilder will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Ms. Hertha represents the prosecution. Mr. Kai speaks on behalf of the defense. The odds are against him. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Dee, look, what you doing in there? I don't understand. Miss Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains.
Okay, so you could also identify the humans?
In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselmann, male, 46 years old, marital status single. Occupation hunter. Consistent with the conclusion in the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. Dulu found is consistent with such an injury. Oh no, wait, there's Beatrice. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselmann. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Yeah. Alchemical magic. Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed?
Can you use that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment? Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed?
In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act.
There it is again. They just confirmed him to be guilty. Come on, Albedo. Come on, refute this.
In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Okay. So Donna, who has lost her interest in D-Look. Another one? Huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master D-Luke saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too.
Okay. That's weird.
I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master D-Luke.
Huh?
I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body.
Yes, and everybody who's been acting weird has like witnessed Albedo disposing human remains out of the blue.
I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first place.
Oh, she truly looks terrified.
If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
I don't know, she probably holds like a personal grudge against him. Special Investigator also covered some relevant evidence on the subject. I will now present it to the court. Oh. Hi.
Wait, does she mean...
I'm so sorry, Albedo. Evidence will be found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. Yeah. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that's basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No! I'm sorry, I had to scream. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
Shut up. Just shut up. What I always have, I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Well, if you point at someone, you're pointing 3 times at yourself. Miss Hertha, you have presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that, but I will not admit to something I didn't do. Ooh, I love you, Albedo! Don't mess with our seasoned and sharp-minded alchemist.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
Excuses? That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? Imagine brushing off the snow. Is this supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine. Wait, mice, he heard it! Wait! Kind of connecting the dots now. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Traveler, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you visited the 3rd location marked on the map as well. Yes. Can you tell us what you found? Nothing. You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. I'll just traces. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore the markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
Yeah. I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? The 3rd marked location. The 3rd marked location is Dragonspine. We only knew about it because we found the map and the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow, big enough to hide a human body. There were also claw marks around the outside. But there was no body or any remains whatsoever. The second marked location. The second marked location is between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery, where Diluc saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male. Diluc described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There is no reason for them to collude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Diluc found Teeth and Fumerbond at the scene, and Donna confirmed his version of events because she was also there that night. What a coincidence. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Diluc's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. Yeah, she did. The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness account suggests that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with this body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? And does that mean he's the killer? The differences between the marked locations. Albedo marked these 3 locations on a map found in a hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all 3 locations are likely used to hide bodies. The holes stuck in each area certainly seem big enough, but unlike the first 2 locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the 3rd location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why wasn't that the case in the other locations? The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the 3rd location has been there longer than the other 2. But if the hole at the 3rd location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Dragonspine's ecosystem. There we go! Durin. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and is covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. We have Durin's body there, like the blood and the veins seeping into the ground, and it's like cursed because of abyssal corruption. And then we have Celeste's snail, intended to destruct the frost-being tree, which is also causing like the sheer cold effect. Heavy topic, indeed. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Yes, his heart is beating. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Yes. Most people know Albedo as an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he is the Kaidapins, a synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners called Rhinedottir. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will toward humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. Encounters on Dragonspine. Yes! We have fake Beidou, the giant whopper flower. I almost forgot, Python and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Wait a second, someone who looks exactly like him. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in this case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court. if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the 2 cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. We have a firm alibi. But that wasn't the case at the 3rd location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the 3rd scene giving the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markers around the 3rd location went fresh, which suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there is still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever. I just love him so much. And I still have no albedo. I pity myself.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the 3rd location. And the map was found in his notes.
Caring for the Mondstadt people, but you're just being a nuisance right now.
That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect. Unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
I mean, he's honest, obviously. Allow me to respond to Traveler's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to that map. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
But he said someone, but not those identified corpses, okay? So you're mixing up things right now. You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. Eula? Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest in Dragonspine, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. Oh! Fake beta! His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead and buried the body on the mountain, the 3rd location marked on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber, Bennett, and I were with Albedo that day.
It happened during the Shadows at Miss Snowstones events. And this is why I said again, those events shouldn't be time limited. Especially if they are tied to the Archon quest. Like, I feel sorry for the travelers who had no chance to play it or experience for themselves, so you truly miss something when playing it. Be like, oh, what? Wait? Another Albedo?
The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
No, you're wrong.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Rainswell was my height, with blonde hair, blue eyes, dress and clothes nearly identical to mine. So, someone who happens to look exactly like you? Exactly like him? So, I was right. Let's come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Very spooky and gloomy.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yeah. You always point to you, and you did this, and you did that, and you do. Shut up. Assessor, Mr. Dahlia, objection, please. Yes, I killed someone that day, someone who looked nearly identical to me. It's getting so really interesting. But I never said that someone was a person. Yes, it was a clone. It was a clone. Oh, and when I think about it, the only thing that was missing in the biography fake Beidou is here. The missing star-shaped marking. I see. Then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony. Oh. That fast?
What?
Oh, then, well, whatever. Wait, he withdraw that right after.
Everyone, I brought her.
Huh? Don't tell me the Hertha right now. It's a fake Hertha. Who's like presenting the persecution. And this is the truth. This is going to be explosive right now. Oh my god.
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
Why are you smiling? Huh? Why are you snicking a little bit? Whoa, what's going on? Yeah, I swear to God.
Who are you? Why do you wear my face?
Hello to you too.
A common looking Hertha. Wait, what is going on? As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up.
He knew it all along.
You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Hertha, question mark. Order in the court! I've been stationed on Dragonspawn all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies. The dragon Durin! Several hundred years ago, the dragon of the East dwelling defeated Durin in battle, and with help from Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspawn. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more vitalized by the day. I need a breather. My impost on Dragonspawn was a phase specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus Project. Oh, so it was called Homunculus Project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of... homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine.
Oh, he's still trying his way to expel our real Beidou.
You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome.
Oh, that is the true Hertha.
Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, and your vibe actually seems more like the Hertha I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago.
Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember.
Busted.
Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
Wait, is that his doing? Is he twisting their minds?
The scar is right here.
You can't copy such things. Why the nurse? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless the informant and the Knights of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
Yeah, it is him after all. Dude, I'm going crazy. I'm honestly going nuts right now. Oh my god. No need to panic, you can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or should I say, all spawns of Durin's life force have that ability. A powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will, yet here you stand formless one, paralyzed to act, because you worried using that power could affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then mice must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it because in this network of living beings you serve as the core.
Show us your arm.
It's heating!
Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Oh no.
Come on, let's go!
Oh, so many of them.
They're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in your way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Holy shit. Time to get moving, everyone.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
Who's on the ground? It's time. All units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's tail. We finally have a chance to talk, but before I explain the events of the past few days, I would like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master Leo picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Okay, now it makes sense. And this explains why he would withdraw his testimony that quick. Wow, that's quite an evolved plan. Indeed. Follow me. Oh my god! I'm brimming with excitement. I could literally cry. Oh no, monsters are approaching!
What? How are there monsters in the city?
They are all monsters from Dragonspan. An attack is imminent, but fear not, we have been preparing for this. We have been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its fasting nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt, and so we made preparations for an inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could chime in and provide assistance in the battle to go!
Of course! Where's our first stop?
The top of the city wall. Yippee! The hunger of many. Optional objectives. Provide mobile support to various areas in the city. Hi, Venti.
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please! Venti, you fool!
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Oh, perfect. I dropped the egg. Sorry, thought you were regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. Agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you to drink for you try. Oh wait! Oh man, I thought I could take care of the. I thought that was part of like the alternative, optional things. Just what I wanted to hear.
So these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when they're not here, you know? Monsters started surging in from Genshin during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspan, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Okay. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relative Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack. Oh my god, they truly advanced.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid their transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second, some teeth and bone. They're just all connected to his life force, Durin's life force. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monsters' mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction on the bodies. After we defeated the doppelganger Wobbleflower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story. Remember? You told me the story of a gardener. Remember? I'm glad. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Wobbleflower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that day. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine. So, you see, at one point there was something hidden in that hole he found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monster stuck up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Holy shit. Durin absorbed the fake creation along with his knowledge and a way of thinking. Durin absorbed the fake creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence. But those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange, those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Durin's power remained dormant within them until finally it surged to the surface and seized control. That was also your goal. If you could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under his influence would become violent, and thus we would know who was affected.
Wait, so what do we do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just laze around after promising to help. We will use the power of anima to restrain them for now, and that should give the Knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's a long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? Thing? Yes, so if there are little secrets other people should know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself. Oh. Ooh. The giant wind currents.
Paimon's never seen this many.
The power of animal. There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear. All units, what's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate.
It is so cool!
Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
I mean, Venti's basically everywhere where the wind blows, so... It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
Okay. You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice? Venti? Is that you?
Oh.
Oops.
Oh, you know, just a wandering bard calling for help. Thank goodness Traveler Paimon and Albedo found me. Got me out of a tough spot. Alright, now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. Bye-bye! Thanks, friend. May the Anime Archon protect you. Wow, 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 wow. I've got things covered here. It is so cool! This is well executed. Oh my god, I love it. Venti, you're present. I like being in the middle like this, especially on the bridge. Oh, look who it is. Come on! Do you look? Ah! This is so cool! Phew, that was a close one. I suppose thanks are in order, Master Dealer. I appreciate the help. No need, I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. Oh well, let me get out of your hair then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Alright, tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first try. Oh, because of the fake Hertha? No, because of not because of you. Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Master Dealer, when do you think I actually get nervous? So as we received, won't we? Monsters incoming. On second thought, best not to think about it. Oh my god, I love the chemistry. Just like sibling coded. I love it. Oh my god. Okay, let's go. Oh my god! Yes! We're fighting together!
Time for
United! Fire! Ice! And explosion!
They're over there! Dilu, Kaya!
If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you? We don't have to bring that up. Well, keep up the good work. We go check on status of the other location. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said and occurred. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Believe me, yeah, he's had this suspicion since the first time. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Thank you for trusting me and for choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. We'll see you soon. Of course, stay safe. This quest is amazing! Official! Time to heal, Barbara. Get close to the injured Knights of Favonius and use Barbara's almost good to heal them.
Let the show begin.
This is so cool. And you. Alright, you should be on the mend. You feel right as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out of the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As I said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front lines, so I will escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
I love the joint effort everyone is putting in. Just do my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all of this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time. So I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be. Did I catch you at the bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need something? I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting, so I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How did you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he's our authority on that region, so we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city's going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knights of Avonius will do everything we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself. I promise. Please let them be okay out there. Whee! Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Ah, of course, coming. Oh, Mona! Ooh, let's go! This is so cool. They're here. Prepare for battle. On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Looks like we've got 25 villagers, 2 blazing axe miniatures, and a bunch of different sleighs. Oh my god. Keen conversation. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that. Oh my god. Wow. Yeah. Let's go!
Engaging!
You guys are truly strong.
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Oh, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
Understandable.
What?
Is that blood?
Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, that's quite a scare though. I get shit just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you, and you're none the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, these monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The try wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Oh, Mika! Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So you didn't know him, then? It seems you did an excellent job at keeping the situation on the wraps, and no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. This is so good! Felt so realistic. That sounds like Eula. Alright, she's like an impenetrable... She's like an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of here, true.
Yeah, for sure.
She's
someone you can really count on.
She never goes back on her word.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kai's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well-known and reputable without being too high profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. Oh, so that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into her trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on a nice patrol road, claiming to have survived their mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Oh, what?
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Wow. Yes, and our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. We have Subject 1, who Albedo refers to as himself. Subject 2, which is the primordial Albedo, and then we have Subject 3, which was the Fellflower, created by primordial Albedo. So we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information information even reached Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbara has already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
The only thing I keep asking myself is, where is Klee? What's to be expected? I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given them possibly even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragon Spine and the monsters in disguise, and if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. Yeah. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be as seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due, it was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed, and I have you to thank for that, Traveler. You probably don't know it, but you have been part of the plan since the beginning. Me? But I didn't even know there was a plan. But for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but it did. But I did it to make the plan even stronger. From me, the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair, independent reader to discover, someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return for Windblumen. I knew you would agree to attempt a trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. Well, you know us. The Fae their subject too, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. This is so well thought. Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. I mean, that made it only more realistic, which only added of how real it felt actually. It's insane. And please don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Even enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The honorary knight and Paimon will always be friends in Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aww, that means a lot.
In that case, thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. It is us who should be thanking you, honorary knight. So cool.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
Step outside the courtroom and this is the first thing I see. I'm not sure how much more I can take. I'm not brave enough.
I think you should give yourself more credit. You were brave enough to sit through the trial despite the nature of the allegations. That takes strength.
Deacon Dahlia? I didn't see you there. Well, he's a bad.
Apologies. Rosaria asked me to come. With Albedo running around protecting the city, she was worried you might be alone.
Aww.
At a time like this, 2 is much better than 1. So let me help.
Thank you. I didn't think Miss Rosaria even remembered me.
Of course she does. She spent all that time monitoring Albedo. It's only natural that she remembers his most dedicated student.
Oh yeah, so after all this, I tell Miss Albedo's identity will be a secret, huh? Not to the higher-ups, at least.
As far as I know, he shared that information with close members of his order long before these events.
Ooh. Huh?
Perhaps I spoke too soon. You do scare easily.
Sorry, I guess I didn't expect myself to just reveal like that.
I'm sure he felt the time was right. Besides, you know the truth. I know the truth. It doesn't change anything, right?
Well, it only demonstrates the care she has for Albedo. When Miss Albedo told me in the library a few days ago, I was pretty shocked, but more than that, I was amazed.
Not afraid?
No, not afraid. I trust in knowledge and science, and I trust in Mr. Albedo as a person. Huh? I just noticed, Deacon. There aren't any wind currents around us.
We lucked out on that front. Otherwise, that conversation would have been for the whole city to hear.
Huh? That's how it works? That could have been so embarrassing. Smart. Okay, there are the optional objectives.
Gotta say, when I saw you on the side of the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious.
Thought I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that way.
Oh no.
I get it. That's a pretty common tactic. Oh, Traveler, Albedo, you're here.
Hi, Benny. Looks like this person could use some help. We will search for a place to keep civilians out of danger. This area appears secure, so remain here in the meantime. We'll be back with an update.
Sounds like a plan.
Baby. Hi, Noel. Captain Albedo, an honorary knight.
Steady as stone.
Steady as stone. I'm lending a hand now. Thanks for the help. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured I keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours. Everyone is being so sweet. That's like a touch of Netland. When I help out our friends first. Hi, Lisa and Razor. Whee! Ah, kitty, it's you. Here to take some weight off of our shoulders.
It's you.
Go away, everyone. We help to. We're here to help. It's so nice to play old characters again. Pretty nostalgic. Ooh, phew! It's been a while since I unleashed my lightning during Windblumen.
It happened a lot before?
Unleash your lightning on people? No. Oh, once in a while maybe. It sure feels good to let loose though. Heck, my old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's way after all. And mine was a gentle old man from the Spenta Meta school. Well, Albedo, this also applies to you. So you see, this time I only use gentle methods of electrocution, so gentle. Even you would have no reason to intervene.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa. Oh well, it's good to move about every once in a while. Okay. So fun.
Manifest! By ordinance divine, bring it!
Don't worry, you'll find somewhere for you to stay out of harm's way. Diana! These darn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hounds. Albedo, Traveler, if you run into anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them to cut the cat's tail. I'll be here to watch over things so Tavern will be safe. Thank you, Diana. We'll be sure to do just that. Okay, I think we should update Bennett.
Albedo, Traveler, got an update for us?
You can take her to the cat's tail. Diona's shadowing people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
Got it. I'll take her there right away.
Yes. Bye-bye. Okay. I think we'll be playing for about 2 hours and we still haven't made it to Alice yet. She don't have to witness this kind of terror again. Wait, Eula, what's wrong?
It's all my fault. I knew Clea was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
Oh shit. I never caught they're having like this demeanor right now.
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you needed to explain? You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said.
Just tell us. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Clea, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. Please don't beat yourself up. Clea's.
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Alright, fighting first. Conversation. This is so badass! Gotta take a screenshot of this. Oh my freaking god.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second.
Please now for a speed outrage. She's like in her own right, she can protect herself. Oh! Hi, Clea! Please, here to help. I can't. Where's you? Are you hiding in the bush?
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She's not to be underestimated.
Kind of interesting. Those Rune guards are also affected. Klee, we're happy that you're safe and sound. Oh, okay. We won! Great work, Klee. Are we counting you to protect you next time too?
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No problem. Just leave it to Klee. Oy. We got a patch from Mr. Albedo. Klee heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping? Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right, so I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Eula will be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
I wanna scream! It would be an honor. Klee will do her best. So cute. Return to the center of Mondstadt. Oh, considering that this plan was devised a long time ago. Wow, and now imagine that. Varka devised a plan 500 years ago and executed it 500 years later. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise? Good, our preparations paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have the full record here. Wonderful, I will review it in a bit.
We're back!
Everyone, alright?
Amber?
Yep, right as rain. We're back! Klee kept Miss Eula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Klee. Eula was lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back, safe and sound. And great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Oh, yes, of course. We can talk about it back at the headquarters. Traveler, Paimon, you should be there too. Alright, everyone. Who has finished their work should head back to their quarters or to the church to get some rest. Wanna come with us, Klee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yes, yes! Oh, yeah, you all deserve the break. And I need one too. Like, what the frig? Hi, everyone! Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Oh, well, wait, does that mean you saw me running for my life? No, apologies. Just forget I said anything. Just kidding, but you're right. It was tough out there. I almost lost my hat to the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course, I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up on an angel's voices and a child's anger. Trina has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing subject 2's emotion allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and existence, including the fact that he's no longer a mother's only child. Yeah. Or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. Yeah, absolutely. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child mother needs. This mindset rose out Durin's instinct to compete and survive and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of subject 2 knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That same feeling, it's close. Yeah, I know it was out of context when we heard it in a live stream, though, but that was when we were connecting to Varka. Phonia? Ah, Miss Faulkner, here to make your report?
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
Is that so? Do you know better? We were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. Yeah. What? I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction and why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent a message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but got those eyes. But I imagine you missed those as well because you're under Durin's influence and you have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. Bye-bye. Oh, surrounded. Can't leave anymore. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at the headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his power soon. So many were affected. It's crazy. Spent off the monster from the Snow Mountain together, restless as a child. Durin's power is indescribably crazy. Subject 2 was killed by Albedo's hand. He buried him, and the monsters fed him to Durin. Therefore, Durin absorbed his emotions, his memories, basically everything. Restless as a child. Crazy. Alright, the others are looking after Fonia. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
We do need help. What happened next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference? Oh yes, that's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Hexenzirkel for a small favor. The terminus caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I would have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either, so middle age. He's the type to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. Anyway, the blah 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 conference is a gathering of 3 parties. Yeah, okay. The Hexenzirkel, Anime Archon, Joint Forces of the Knights, and Church of Favonius. Wait! Is that Varka? Or Barbatus was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Okay, that's interesting. Varka, you blondie, handsome person. As the head of the Hexenzirkel, this must be Alice on the right? I think at least. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages will return and lend their aid to our nation. Aha! And now I have a request of my own, so I need to recover. Yes, and now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you will. Okay, now comes this part. Pass me the Dodo communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it. Please let him be voiced in English.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Yes! Hold on. That's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Hi, Varka. Varka? Grandmaster? Oops, I put in the wrong number. Sorry, Varka, you're probably busy right now.
Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, he's looking in and not cry right now. Oh, yes, well, have fun with that. We can talk sometime. Other time.
All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
I must admit, has a quite personality.
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Shut up, Paimon! Don't tell me you hid it beneath a great tree of white rice. That seems like a bit much.
Hello? Who is this?
Hello, Alice. Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
You're really gonna tease it like this? Fine, it's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
She's honestly very gleeful, but I love it. You still remember the Tripartite conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knights of Favonia's investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexenzirkel.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented, okay?
How unprecedented? Something even your mother Rhinedottir never accomplished?
It's about a human transmutation, right? In terms of technique, no. But in terms of location and materials, yes. Ooh. Ooh, okay. The Heavenly Principles won't be pleased when they figure this out. I'm gonna wake up soon.
Okay, that makes no sense.
Oh my god.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Be right where? Here? As in this office?
Hello again, everyone.
Oh, hi! Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you've turned yourself into a giant Dodoko. My god, she's so fast. She's truly a formidable witch.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
So cool.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexenzirkel, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Ooh.
Aw, that's nice of you.
Huh, I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. I mean, everything comes at a price. We have to show or prove ourselves worthy. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there. Okay. Can we talk to Alice? No, she disappeared. Bye-bye. You did so much for us this time, Lord Barbados. I didn't even know how to thank you. Don't thank me at all. Please, it makes me seem like I'm useless the rest of the time. You know, that's not what I meant. An Archon has their own calculations. Who am I to question their wisdom? Okay, now you give me too much credit. I admit I'm not the most proactive Archon. You have your own hard work to thank for this result. Oh, and our friends, the honorary knight and Paimon, of course. Huh. Oh, worried about Albedo's plan? I can't help it. I have full confidence in his abilities. It's just an instinctual response. But in the end, if he sets his mind to something, I know he will succeed. I trust him. That's good to hear. My mouth is sealed. Before we set out, there's someone I need to meet. Okay.
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
He's not as voracious as you are. Oh! Wait! This must be the reason why we had to complete the interlude where the Wanderer was involved. I think it was called Inversion of Genesis. Mini Durin! Hey, not so loud! Oh my god!
Mini Durin? What are you doing here?
Well, actually, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paim on the shoulder during the battle, but you floated away too fast. Oh my god, I can't believe it! I can't believe it! It's Mini Durin! If someone are lacking the information, Mini Durin was created by Rhinedottir, another member of the Hexenzirkel, and he originates from Simulanka. You were there. So wait, I have to clear my mind right now. What? Wait. So if I sort out my thoughts, what if he is part of this human transformation project? Mini Durin, how did I... Oh my god. Okay, wait. We will tackle this later. Okay. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I've kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me. No!
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Not at all. Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windblumen? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
I did sneak up to the festival for a bit, even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people. I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here, Albedo, and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
Oh? I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragon Spine. I'm gonna be the one who's... I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragon Spine. Did my eyes see me? Oh, shit.
Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Oh, sorry. I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to do it. What? Oh my god.
What?
Human transmutation. So you, Albedo's intended subject. He has been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
I don't know if I want is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in a situation like this. Oi, baby! But I do know this. I have just as much of right to his name. I don't want to lose to the other Durin. Becoming a human isn't as simple as just changing form. I know, Albedo talked to me about that. He said that Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. Aww. I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like, if I can still be me once I become with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul that was never really in me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're just trying to figure out who we are. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have a meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon, becoming human, both sounds pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry, no one's forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
I wonder if we would get to hear something from Rhinedottir. We haven't heard from her ever since. She found the heart of Naboris. I can't remember. My brain is so mushy right now. Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know. Yeah. What am I? Who am I? Everybody told me he's the Kaidapant, a synthetic human. And if this works, I'll be one too. We were the only two of our kind in the whole world, alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. If all living things are grouped together by species, and there's only one other person like me in this world, Guess I make. Oh! Genshin!
Definitely! You've just gotta trust one another!
Yeah, you're already part of family.
Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hack know about this?
Yeah, I was wondering where is he? Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this duty. He didn't try to stop me, he just told me get a move on then. He didn't say it outright, but I think as he supports my decision. Maybe even he thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a bit scared, of course, but excited too. You know, Wanderer went through a change as well. It affected him positively, you know. It really takes a lot to muster up this courage, but with the right person, it's possible. And I think I heard it somewhere. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. Oh, what a surprise. It's a strange feeling. I've never felt anything like it. But you feeling, your emotions. I gotta do my best to stay in a good frame of mind so that Albedo's plan can succeed. Just taking a look at these pictures, this should probably display Dragonspine. And here we have a picture of a rose, a golden rose, I think it is. Rhinedottir is also known or described as a flower not of this world. It's kind of interesting. Never in my life did I expect this. What greater pleasure is there than the unexpected? Now it's time to play chess. What did it say? Cryo and Hydro? Hi, Alice.
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
I still believe that the second witch was Barbeloth. So no unspoken rules to be aware of. I don't want to unwittingly park myself down on some important lady's chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. If she left, there really would be no one around to lead the Knights of Favonius.
All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. Oh. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
Oh my gosh, she's so down when something out of ordinary is about to happen, and I like it. I get right to the point. I intend to kill the evil Durin and Dragonspine.
Oh?
And I would also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Hexenzirkel.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First will be the flesh of that immortal monster from the Margivari?
Interesting. What else?
Immortal monster. The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, Rhinedottir.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left.
My brain is cooking.
Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Oh. Rather like transmuting life into life. Great. Durin's heart has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away or millennia, but the day will come. I spent years investigating in Dragonspine, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt at less than half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regained his full life force. Which is so crazy. Hence, if you want to be free of the dangers posed by his blood and limitless vitality, you must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Kind of killing your own brother again. Original Durin had a very tragic life. Unfortunately, Durin is a special entity. Even after death, he could reawaken at any moment. So the solution is to kill him and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Clee and I visited a fairy tale world called Simulanka. It was created by the mages from the Hexenzirkel, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children, the other Oh, I see.
It was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin would return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul Am had created, and I knew if I wanted to change Durin's fate, he could be the key. Remember that what happened in Simulanka kind of mirrors what simultaneously happens in Tevat. Just like a mirror, you know. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transportation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Sri Lanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart. So we have this decay, well, actually rejuvenating part, but decay, the life force. And the monster remnants from the Margivari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the heightened vitality of the monster remnants will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be triggered when fasting forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas.
I was just about to say that.
You really are your mother's child.
Wow. You see that as a bad thing, Aunt Alice?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating, in any case. Now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos.
Yeah, we want to avert this chaos. So now comes the trial. Oh my god, this is so exciting!
That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial.
Easy. I understand. I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked Traveler to come along. Wait, I'm joining you in this thing? You're not even gonna try to talk to me into it? Oh, you need convincing? I thought you wanted to keep an eye on me. Who knows what sort of outlandish things I might get have without someone to keep in check. Fine, I'm not going to argue with you. Well, he already did that to us once. What if we were the one to stop him when he tries to, well, attack Mondstadt?
So you know our tricks, huh?
Aunt Alice has always loved a spectacle. Any chance the witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
Bye-bye.
What? Why?
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure.
Oh?
There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Okay. Then let me make a form request. Will you go through this trial with me? Of course. Are you ready, Traveler? Just about.
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
We're mini! My god. I really love every second of it. Look how mini we are! It's certainly in keeping with Hexenzirkel modalities. We have been shrinking down to chess piece size.
Whoa, you're so tiny.
I want to see Big Paimon. What is it? Nothing. Just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual now. I'm the size. She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. Dari, you'll be back with her again in no time. Well, there is one specific thing that can dump her spirit, and that is bad food.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
I'm sorry. Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you would be personally conducting the trial.
Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
You sound like a... Except the Hexenzirkel side, chess GameCube is... I have no idea how chess works. Wait, there must be a second phase, right? Ooh!
This doesn't look good.
But they move according to the chess rules.
Moment of birth.
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
Doesn't seem like Alice.
Well done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second
Must
trial.
be Barbara.
Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
Oh, this is so cool! You okay? Of course they won't go easy on us. Things have just started! That looks so cool.
The trial awaits.
They're huge. Oh, they're not huge.
Only by turning the world
And
on
it's
its
sad.
head
Can we see its true
can we
colors?
see its true colors. So it begs the question: what do you see on the other side of this chessboard?
Success!
Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to run. So, in the spirit of Rhinedottir, I prepared a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me.
I know Mona would go crazy now.
Ceremony. Oh, Albedo, you're always so charming and delightful.
Moments of birth.
But the truth is still...
Holy cow.
Oh, this is all.
I just paused at the wrong time. I was wrong timing that. But I was just about to say, don't let Mona catch wind of that. No, leave me alone.
Darling.
Witness my great undertaking.
Look, they love each other.
Darling, too toasty.
Haha.
Always forgetting your lines.
What's she saying when he dies?
Gotcha.
Nothing?
The final act is upon us.
Walpurgis game!
Yes, very well done.
This is quite funny because the Walpurgis now is also known as the Night of the Witches. German translated means Hexena. That's like the night where the witches are meeting at the Blocksburg. And like they are dancing around the bonfire, meeting up at any kind of evil creatures. We did it.
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Baby Dodoko.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game, be my guest.
I love their personality so much. They're really living up to that title of a witch.
Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
Okay, we will definitely see us again in future.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie? You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique.
Like all of you do.
But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
She's so playful.
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Thank you. We're pretty good to beat the trial. Once you've rested out, let me know when you're free and we will have to drink when...
To deal with the dragon of Dragonspine, right?
The sooner we deal with Durin, the better. Alice!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
I wonder if she will be always present. Anyway, where's our Wolfie? This was really cool. I liked it. Okay. Now comes the part. No matter what happens, Dragonspine always leaves a nostalgic taste on our tongue.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice.
Once a so cute.
Sure? Is it warm in there?
I should take the edge off and might improve your mood, but I can't read that fast. Hear that beating? We arrived. Sorry, Paimon. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me. You two stay on ground. Aww. So absorbing the life force.
May Paimon ask a question?
You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we are both artificial creations, but biologically speaking, we have no relation whatsoever. So to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
It's not so much a matter of preference, rather, as things stand, I would say. The music is hitting different right now. Oh my god, pardon me. It's not so much a matter of preference, rather as things stand, I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. But then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I am perhaps the most unique among humans, in that I'm the only one of my kind, but soon there will be another one just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. And I will make you guys family. I mean, in the end, Fawn is also magically created humans, so do we really differ from each other? I believe Mini Durin already told you of his intent to replace Durin of Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also... I can't with the music. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming a human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadcast sense, this project deals with both the past and future and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That, primarily, is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. Pursuing, uncovering the truth of word. In my view, to cultivate life which the word cannot generate endogenously is to cultivate the word itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a greater level of perfection improves the word by doing so. It's not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. That is the path I walk. Of course, that's not to say that this is just a science experience to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt, I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knights of Favonius. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well enough, thank you. Finished.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
The whole heart would be too big, and I don't need that much. Instead, I've just removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
The Knights will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on the century, creating new Durin and the alchemy are one and the same. Armed with this heart, I'll be able to complete the chemical array and deal with all these issues in one go. This is so hard. I don't know. This heart was beating almost for 5 years. Now the leg has become dull, slowly losing its vitality. So does that mean we can no longer... This technically mean that we cannot craft the dragon spine spear any longer, right? The massive rock that once looked like a heart has lost its power and descended into solemn silence. Be able to restore any vitality like this. Just let's go back to our bomb. I mean, we're doing this for a good cause, but kind of bittersweet, to be honest. Excited what happens next. Let's call it a day. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure! We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lovely place during the Windblumen Star. You should take a look around, pick out some nice souvenirs for yourself.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windblumen Star is gonna be this time?
Or Mini Durin.
Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windblumen Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out one day off. I'm sure we'll find out on the day off. Wait until 2 days later. Okay. Well, previous game. Love these references so much. My brain is working at full speed.
The Windblumen Festival is about to begin! Let's go check it out!
The gardener. That's quite interesting. You know, I remember that Albedo referred to us as the gardener, you know? Yeah, speaking of Marjorie, now something big is about to happen. Okay, now what happens? As you all know, during this year's Windblumen Festival, the people of Mondstadt banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windblumen Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to the defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but His keen insights played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they were great supporters to us all. Let us give a round of applause to this year's Windblumen Star, Venti the Archon. Ah, you don't like to be at the center, right?
Wow! Amazing!
Venti!
If you just would know, he's standing right in front of you. Huh? No way you're really gonna pick me? Just exposing you to this. Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Alright. Does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they'd be more than happy to support this year's Windblumen Star. If you like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. Haha, in that case, let me swap out the speech first song. Everyone, the best bard in the land is about to begin his performance, so don't go away, gather around and lend me your ears. What's going to happen is... Oh my god, goosebumps. It's happening! I here exercise the prior formation. The music, oh! It's earth flowing water, refining fire, fortifying winds. Oh, look at that! Traverse the 18th, worldly, and 20th passage. Emerge soul, enter the mortal realm. Beloved flesh and flesh and sacred blood and bone. Oh, sages, the music, oh my god. Was it successful? How was it? Not bad, right? Was successful!
Albedo, how did everything go?
Oh my freak! He did turn into a human, but he still has traits of a dragon, like the horns and the wings. So he's half human and half dragon. Well, fairy tale wise, oh my god, that cinematic was so good. Very smoothly, I would say we achieved our goal. Hey, you didn't even break a sweat.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
I wonder if he must be, yeah, he must be playable future. Correct, Howard's new form body still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Incredible work, Albedo, you're amazing. I graciously accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieve a personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression to see
she?
His mom. My master mother called Rhinedottir. It's a long time. She sent me to Mondstadt with the instruction to complete a task of monumental importance, to find the truth of the words. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the word basically stood for getting I'm sorry. I just like have like a vision of them both, just like, get a life, my son, touch grass. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me, and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves.
Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. Still, I found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events of the last few days as something out of a nightmare. But for me, it's just part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence my brother has enjoyed thus far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into the world and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Well, I suppose I get it from our mother. She's highly unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store, other around the farm. And my family is supposed to return to the flower beds. Now, I'm a gardener too, as long as you feel like you've gained something from the experience. Master never showed her face, but if the Hexenzirkel knows what I've done, that means she knows as well and gave her approval. How will the Having Principal respond to this? Since devouring... What? Since devouring neighbors? What seems she has finally found a modicum peace? And if so, then I'm truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know? So, she just ate its heart? So what or who or what? Is this Naberius?
Devouring Naberius? What's Naberius?
We know she had the heart of the Naberius because, like, she was adventuring with Albedo, but... What? The ruler of life? What? Technically, she ate the heart of one of the four shades? What the frick? Does that mean the ruler of life is technically still alive? Inside of Rhinedottir's body? Rhinedottir technically fused with a shade? What the hell? I have to sink this in. What the frick?
What?
That's crazy. Rhinedottir is crazy. Not only is she one of the 5 great sinners, she just casually ate a shade's heart. Which is kind of interesting because she was always on the path of pursuing creation, life, and she must be super strong. What the freak? Aunt Alice told me about it not so long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is this. Naberius is not gone. Instead, because of Master's actions, she and Naberius are no one. This is... I'm sorry for my choice of words, but this is such a brain fight. In any case, thank you so much for your help doing this. Or, oh yeah, we just dropped this piece of information and no, thank you. What?
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Palms took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more that I can say. I'm sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Miss Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report.
Thank you. I get going.
Wow, this Windblumen Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference.
Honestly, we kinda altered the word.
Oh, I almost forgot! If the Windblumen Star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windblumen gonna be?
Wanna take a guess?
Venti! You're back!
The true feelings of the prodigal son. It's so sad. A sentiment as sweet and warm as a gentle spring breeze, perfect for the season. Traveler, give me a hand. Huh? The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass the trial. Albedo received the materials you saw, so you deserve something in return as well. The Hertha wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you. So need to open and right away.
Wow! A gift and a mystery all in one! The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
A personal gift by the Hexenzirkel. According to the center, you're probably the only person who could make use of something like this. So I suppose it belongs with you. Ah well, all I did was deliver it, although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal. Suppose a reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question. A drink?
You've helped a lot, Venti.
A beverage?
How about we treat you to a drink?
Yes, sounds like a plan. Really? I'll hold you to that, you know. I'm not going back on your word.
Of course, Dad! Let's go to the tavern right now!
Music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this vessel was made for me or something. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is sad fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. Through shadows so cold, he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Thus wistfulness waned and faded into night as he stepped from the darkness and into the light. Paralogism. Dazzling, mysterious gift. A glittering crystal ball adorned with star-shaped gemstones bestowed as a reward for passing the Hexenzirkel Trial. According to the one who presented it, it is not something that an ordinary person can master. For now, the crystal ball lies dormant, as though it were waiting for its perfect time to shine. Huh. You know the drill. I need a briefer and I need some time to proceed this. See you soon. Well, here we are again. I think the quest was really well executed. I had a lot of fun, but there are like two things I have a few issues with, but I'll get to that later. We already knew from the live stream that Albedo was on trial, accused of murder and disposal of human remains. It was clear that he didn't do anything and that it had something to do with Dragon's Spine, especially because of the monsters that were fused with Durin's energy. But the fact that this was a long-term trap set over 6 months, if I remember correctly, and just to expose the actual culprits is really interesting. The characters, except for Diluc, in my opinion, really conveyed that it was a serious matter. I think the dynamics were really good. It was really intense. It was also interesting to look through Albedo's office and like, find some notes that also kind of intended to help him during the trial directly. Not only that, like Durin's vitality evolved so far that monsters were influenced by him, dug up primarily Albedo's corpse or body and fed him to Durin. So Durin absorbed his memories and knowledge. It was really crazy. The monster suddenly learned to, like, well, mimic humans. Really creepy. Dahlia was also really colorful. I think he has a colorful personality, not just like as a deacon of the church, but also as Venti's herald. It's really funny how he's teasing him about his actual, like, his real authority or identity. But he wasn't the only one teasing him. Alice, and I assume Varka too, like to tease him, always addressing him as Barbados. It's really hilarious. Varka was surprisingly very calm and chill for a person who knows what kind of beast he's fighting over in Outcry. It was really interesting. I'm so excited to meet him. We also learned about the, I'm gonna call it the three-party alliance between Venti, the Hexenzirkel, and like the Church and Knights of Favonius organization. We know that Varka holds a really high reputation, but he must be indeed a remarkable man if he convinced the Hexenzirkel to work with him or work with them. And Venti's power is like seriously impressive. I know he's an Archon, but we don't really know a lot about his power. All those wind currents that help us during the combat, they also served as a long-distance communication. You could tell through the camera movement alone. Once again, wherever the wind blew, Venti is simply there. That's both cool and kind of creepy. Before we could begin the Hexenzirkel Trial, we learned that Albedo needed a piece of flesh from an immortal beast from Margivari. At first, I thought could be the same monster as Celali mentioned in the Tomi Spirit Seeking Skulls event. But interesting, if you successfully remove the core from Durin's heart and interact with it again, Paimon prompts you to speak with Orban, an NPC from the Festering Fan quest. You normally can't infuse the Dragon Tooth with Durin's vitality anymore, but apparently this only triggers if you haven't completed the work quest yet. I found it thanks to a Reddit post showing that it pops a special conversation. Orban explains that Albedo had to cross deliver a sigil. The sigil is said to be a relic from a branch of the Venerous True that helped Mondstadt resist the aristocracy 1,000 years ago. Once fought the terrifying demonic beast known locally in Margivari as Bakunaba and caught the sigil from its body. I wonder if those are the same monsters. And now for the plot. Believe me when I say I'm truly happy for Mini Durin. I don't think that the original Durin could have ever had a happy ending, especially not with the abyssal corruption. So we kind of chose the greater good in this case. Albedo succeeded in something even Rhinedottir didn't, who, by the way, did something no one else had done before too. Super brain freak stuff. I mean, even Skirt already warned us, kind of, old turtles, that both her master and Rhinedottir are pursuing some, form of perfection. But you know, it still doesn't sit right with me that Durin kept being portrayed as just an evil creature driven by hatred and jealousy. Maybe that was a side effect of him consuming Subject too. Storing all those memories and like the knowledge, experience from the past, you know, kind of an aftermath, but that's not the Durin I know. When you read the Skyward collection or the description of the Dragonspine Spear, you see that Durin was actually a kind and innocent dragon until Rhinedottir turned him into a monster. Even in his final moments before falling into a deep slumber, he wasn't conscious during the horrors. In his puff, you could say he was dreaming, that he was dancing with Mondstadt's people, singing songs. And when he opened his eyes, he had no other choice than bidding goodbye to his mother, to Venti and Barbados, whom he wished to meet in another time and space, just to sing and dance together. So yeah, it definitely hit different when his core was successfully and completely removed. We know Rhinedottir, blind as well, lost herself to abyssal corruption. She corrupted Durin. But now that the sinner has merged with the Shade, like the ruler of life, kind of heavy. Like they form basically a symbiotic existence. It's creepy. It was really, really unexpected. I mean, it kind of stabilized her mind, but I don't know. At first I wondered if this is the reason why Albedo succeeded in his human transmutation project. Maybe because Nibiria's fusion granted him the permission to create life. This also happened long before because of like synthetic human creation. You know the idea. We just have to wait and see how the heavenly principles will react to it once they wake up. Many surprises indeed. Overall, it was a really good quest. These events shouldn't be time limited. I mean, please. Especially if you want players to really understand and enjoy the story, because like it sparks a curiosity and many questions will rise, like who's subject 2, who's subject 3, who's freaking Mini Durin? Who are you, basically? And I think kind of killed the joy, and it really sucks if they miss them, and it's a bummer. But yeah, I hope Genshin will blend those events better next time. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this quest. Do you have a bad feeling regarding the Rhinedottir matter? It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. I still wonder how she managed to eat it in the first place and how she found it. I hope I will see you next time. Take care, and yeah. Bye bye, YouTube. Bye bye.